All right. Hello, Nassau County Executive Laura Curran.
Hello, Sky.
Thanks so much for taking the time to join me on Life Before the Virus.
Very happy to be here, and it's nice to see your face after all this time.
Thank you. So you're in charge of 1.5 million people in Nassau County, and you're very busy. I see you have press conferences almost every single day, providing updates to the public what's going on. And I'd love for you to tell us how your priorities now are different and your day-to-day role, how it's different now than it was before the pandemic.
Yeah, so pre-pandemic, it feels like you're doing a million things every single day. You've got all these different plates in the air and all these different issues, big things, little things, and everything in between. And then, of course, during the surge, everything just narrowed down to one thing. How do we get through this surge? Do our hospitals have enough beds? Do they have enough ventilators? Do our cops have enough PPE? What's our health department doing with the contact tracing? It was just constant. Now that the numbers have gotten so much better and continue to get better, our infection rates have declined by such dramatic percentages, 78% since the peak. Hospitalization rates, new infection rates, percentage of those testing positive continues to dwindle. All this good news happens. Now we're in this position of putting back the pieces, which is also all consuming. Getting our economy up and running again, pushing to get into phase one, which I know that our businesses can handle it. I know that we can do it in a safe way. And also dealing with our county budget. 40% of our revenue comes from sales tax, and we're forecasting a 20% hit on that. So we have a lot of issues to deal with, but I am an optimistic person, and I know that we can put it together. Things are going to be different. I keep asking myself, is the handshake going to come back? Is that going to be a thing anymore? We're just going to have to navigate this new normal as best we can with the least amount of harm as possible.
So how are the resources that are available at the local level through your office different than those available through the state and federal level?
Right. That's a great question. We just did a briefing today. One of my daily briefings was at the Office of Hispanic Affairs, and we also were there with the Office of Asian American Affairs and Minority Affairs, because these three offices have been instrumental in making sure that we're communicating with every single one of our residents, with every single one of our communities. Not everyone gets the media information in the traditional ways, so we want to make sure that we're communicating with everyone. But our resources on the county level have been completely on the front lines of this. We're the entity locally with the health department, with the police department, with the Department of Social Services, which continues to provide services, with the jail, with the morgue, all of those frontline agencies that really make a difference in a pandemic. And I have to say, the team has done a fantastic job. I have learned so much about the people who work for Nassau County. They are fantastic. I knew they were hardworking men and women before the pandemic, and they've just floored me yet again during the pandemic.
So now that we're looking towards summer, talk to us about the beaches. I know there was a decision that Nassau County beaches will be limited to Nassau County residents. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, sure. So I decided, since we were at 50% capacity, that our residents should be able to enjoy our beach. We actually operate one beach, just one beach in Nassau County. That's called Nickerson Beach. The rest are towns, villages, private beach clubs, etc. But it just made sense, since we are capped at 50%, that Nassau County residents should have priority. They're the taxpayers. They pay for it. It's their beach. They should get first dibs.
I didn't realize that Nassau County only has one beach and the rest are under the other jurisdiction. So does that mean they can have their own regulations?
Yes, we're in charge with doing the enforcement. So the governor Andrew Cuomo, gave us the 50% capacity rule, which we're going to abide by. It's up to us how we enforce it. And, I'm speaking with Steve Ballone in Suffolk County. We're speaking with our town supervisors. We want to make sure that we're doing this in a seamless way as possible. So nobody really cares if it's a town or a village, or, if it's a county beach. They don't care. They just want to go to the beach. So we're trying to make the experience between the beaches as seamless as possible. So even though we operate just one beach, the County Department of Health is responsible for permitting and regulating all 62 beach operators. So we do play an instrumental role in all the beaches, but we're just in charge of operating one.
So now looking towards reopening, and you're on the advisory panel, the governor's advisory panel for reopening Nassau County. What does that look like, and how do we get to where we want to be?
Well, I'm very hopeful we will get to phase one soon. Our metrics are going in the right direction, and I'm hoping this. I know that our businesses are ready. I have an economic advisory council myself that I appointed at the beginning of this pandemic, and business people are problem solvers. They know how to fix problems. They know how to overcome hurdles, and I've been getting fabulous ideas from them, what they're already starting to put in place. You know, the whole idea of appointment retail came to me from one of our chamber members, a woman who owns a dress shop, way back in March. Brilliant. That's the kind of ingenuity that we need. Another thing that I've been pushing for is that construction is really a safe activity in a pandemic like this. So we have in the essential category of construction happening. It's happening safely. Why not use those same protocols for other kinds of construction as well? That's a way we can keep the economy moving and mitigate risk at the same time. I mean, we just got a really jarring statistic. Just today, I announced, this is Friday in case this airs another time, but 262,000 Long Islanders lost their jobs in April. That's 20% of our workforce. That is going to have serious repercussions. The longer we delay reopening, the longer it will take for us to recover.
And your office also put out a survey to businesses, right, to get some of this information, seeing what businesses need.
That's right. In March, we did a survey, and we're doing a new one now. That was a snapshot of March. We want a new snapshot for now. We're partnering with Suffolk, so it's open to Suffolk as well, Suffolk businesses and nonprofits. So we get to do a deeper dive. So we encourage all businesses, nonprofit, for-profit, Nassau, Suffolk, big, small, whatever, to go to hofstra.edu/economic impact. It's 10 minutes, and it will help us advocate for businesses.
Awesome. So as a final question, County Executive, I'd love to know what you've learned about yourself over the last 2 months during this pandemic.
Well, as you can imagine, I have my kids at home. I still have 2 kids in school. It's a lot of juggling. So I became an expert in the First Peloponnesian War and in buoyancy. I had forgotten all about buoyancy and water displacement. So I learned that I can still learn new things. I also learned that, my team is top notch. I am blessed to have the team that I have. It is all hands on deck, everyone working really, really hard to make sure that our residents, number one, are safe. Number two, get the resources and the services that they expect and deserve. And also making sure that we're doing everything we can to recover, to help our businesses recover. So I feel very lucky. I feel very blessed with the team that I have. And one other thing that I learned that I was disappointed in, I did the antibody test and it was negative. So, oh well. But I guess, PPE and social distancing does work because I've been going to work every day and still never got the virus.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sky.